Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? So if you want to watch the whole video that I did today on my as a live stream, then you can head on over to End Your Journeys Counselling Facebook page. So I'm only going to do a brief summary of the video that I discussed today, which was called The Right Way to End a Relationship. And the reason the video was made is because, with permission from my friend, she sort of has gone through this experience and then she wanted me to make a video about it. I didn't talk about my friend in person, but this is something which maybe a lot of you can relate to. So what I want to talk about is, if you're a person that is going to be ending a relationship with someone, or if you've been on the receiving end where someone has ended the relationship with you, if it ends badly, it can, first of all, the one thing to bear in mind is that how someone ends a relationship, especially with someone that they've been in a long-term relationship with, they might have kids with the person, they might have had a really, really positive relationship up until the end. If it ends badly at the end, then that is showing someone's character. It's not about the other person who's being dumped, it's about you as a person and what you're showing, what you're displaying. So in the example that my friend shared with me, and she has given me permission to talk about this, she was in a relationship with someone for 6 years, they have a child together, they're on the process or on the verge of possibly moving in together. My feeling was that she was going to tell me they're getting engaged soon or that it's moving forward. However, they went on holiday, there was a few issues, there has been, both of them not feeling as content in the relationship. But when she came back off holiday, he came through the door and literally handed the door keys to her house in an envelope. And it's just the whole feeling. She said how she felt was so disrespected, because this is a person who we've been intimate together, we've been together for 6 years, we have children together, a child together. I thought he had more respect and valued me more than to just hand over my house keys in that way. So in her mind, what she's saying is that she would never have ended things like that with him. And she did challenge him on it, which is good. She said, couldn't you have sat me down? Couldn't we have talked about this? I feel so hurt that you've decided to end things in this way. And I've been on the receiving end of people ending relationships by phone. These are my tips really. If you've been, unless there's a violent situation or a possible confrontation, or you feel that your safety will be at risk, if possible, you should try to arrange a face-to-face meeting with someone to end the relationship. You could do it in public. I would say it's up to you how comfortable you feel about someone coming to your home and doing it that way. However, if you meet in public and you are clear with that person the reasons this relationship is ending, you can also think about, the fact that I'm sure throughout the relationship it wouldn't have all been negative. So try and think of the positives. Maybe leave that person with a positive thought. I hope you meet someone and things are good for you in the future. There's no bad feelings between us. You can decide if you want to remain friends with the person. What I would say to people is that towards the end of a relationship, there is a lot of emotion there. So the temptation is for people to shout at that person, to just dismiss them and think, well, I'm ending it anyway, so I don't have to be kind or nice to them. Especially if maybe cheating's been involved, or if the relationship has come to an end and you've lost the feelings. But hold your dignity and your integrity. Think of it in terms of how you want to be regarded as a person. Be mature about it. Sit down, tell the person why the relationship's ending, wish them well on their life journey, and then just go your separate ways. You'll feel much better than if you end in a really negative or nasty way. Later on, you're going to feel guilty, you're going to feel bad, because at one point you loved this person, or you liked them, you cared about them in some way. So there's no need for it to become horrible, and then doesn't need to be that level of nastiness that people tend to guide towards at the end of a relationship. So the only other thing I would add is, if you're on the receiving end where someone has ended a relationship with you and it hasn't gone that positively, if you are co-parenting, then you need to try and repair part of that relationship, because you are going to have to interact with that person. You're going to have to see them at family events. You're going to have to talk to them about the child you have together. try to resolve things to a certain degree, meaning that you want to be civil, you want to be at a place where you can at least communicate effectively with the person. If there's no connection in terms of a child, you're not married, there's no other loose ends to tie up, it's up to you if you want to remain friends, but it can get messy. The reason people sometimes try to hold on to friendship, and I've done it myself, is because you don't want that person to be in your life as a partner, or if they end it with you, they've already decided that, but you don't want to lose them, you want to hold on to them for some reason. However, it just becomes blurred lines, and it keeps you sometimes in this state of high anxiety, because you know that they're not your partner anymore, but you have to hear about them, who they're dating. You have to be this friendship person, but you can't necessarily be completely platonic with someone after you've been intimate with them, after you've shared things. It gets messy, but you can make that decision if in the short term it makes you feel happier to be friends with this person, then that might be your healing journey. If you can just cut them off once you've had that really mature and sensible talk with them, you've said the relationship is over, then you might just feel that that's it. We've had closure, we've had the talk, I feel happy and relieved because it's over with. We don't need to communicate again, and you don't have to do all this angry thing where you're blocking, where you're exchanging nasty messages, all of that. All that does is impact on you as a person, but it also shows the world that this person has got to you to that level to drag you down to that basis. So what I would say is the right way to end a relationship is to do it face to face if you can, to explain clearly why the relationship is ending, to maybe try to leave it on a positive note by saying one positive thing to the person, to try and remain friends if you are co-parenting, or at least to be civil, and to think about yourself. How do you want to represent yourself as a person? You don't want a man or a woman to say, I'm glad I ended it with her or him, look how they're acting now, that's who they were that whole time. You want to just be the same person you were when you were dating them. They want to end it with you, allow them to do that, and just be calm, use integrity, and do not do what my friend's partner did by just shoving keys in her hand and saying that's how it's over with. So I hope you found this video useful. Please head on over to my Facebook page, NU Journeys Counselling, and my coaching page, Coach Marianne Hanson, and I'll see you all again soon. Have a great evening. Bye.